my god. My foot is asleep. Ah, I don't think it's ever been this asleep before. It feels like numb. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Nate. If you're new, thank you so much for clicking on this video. So today's video is going to be a little bit special. I'm going to be sharing with you guys the 5 advanced law of attraction techniques that I actually looked up and just found myself late last night, literally midnight. I was actually doing my first quarter moon ritual, so I wrote it in my little, moon cycle manifesting journal. The first quarter is all about like taking action, so I decided I'm just gonna plan the video for tomorrow. So cheers to that. Let's go ahead and just jump into the video. A lot of these advanced law of attraction techniques go a little bit deeper into who you are. It is diving a little bit deeper into your subconscious mind in order to alter your reality. 99% of our cognitive thinking comes from our subconscious, and tapping into that is where the advancement comes into play. So all 5 of these techniques will dive into your subconscious. The first technique that I found was the remembering visualization. There's a difference between visualizing and the remembering visualization. When we visualize, we really tap into our emotions, we tap into our feelings of having something. But when we remember visualizing something, it stems a little bit deeper because you're remembering of when you had that. So when you visualize, you shift the future over into the present moment. But when you use remembering visualization, you shift the future into the past. Kind of tricks your mind into what is real versus what is imagined. It tricks your mind into those visualizations of remembering something that you've had before and kind of tricking it into thinking that it is actually real and you actually did already have that. It's kind of like acting as if you say, but acting as if you've already had it. So if you're trying to manifest your dream job, a certain person, money, whatever it is, literally visualize of remembering when you had it. And it's really just weird, and you kind of just get the feeling of already having obtained that visualization, but in a deeper sense than just regular visualizing, because you remember it. It's like it happened. It's really kind of an out there kind of visualization technique, but I thought it was super interesting, and I definitely want to incorporate that into my visualizing. You can say things like, I remember when this happened, or little things like when I got my car. I remember when I first got my first ever car. I was like, taking care of it so much, and like it was like my baby. Like driving alone, I was like very aware of like, I'm driving my own car. And you can kind of shift over those feelings of having something over into trying to obtain something else. So like if I want a new car, I will visualize remembering when I first got my Jeep, and I remember when I wanted it so badly, and I'd talk about it on the law of attraction videos, and now it's just norm for me. And I kind of use that feeling and those energies of something that I've already had before and shifting it over into something that I want, but remembering when I had it, if that makes any sense. So it's really good. It helps rid and limit your blocks when it comes to visualizing, your doubts, your fears. Instead of a desire and a want for it, you're just simply remembering the fact of having it already. So the second one is the mirror effect, and a lot of really famous people use this. They actually said Winston Churchill used it a lot before his speeches. And basically what you do is you stand in front of a mirror and you just talk to yourself, or say your speech, or talk about your manifestations, and seeing yourself from the outside world through a mirror can help you tap into your subconscious forces and flow that to people who are actually watching you, because you've seen it before. You've heard how you sound, you've seen your mannerisms. So when you're doing it in front of the mirror and you see all these things and you hear all these things, and you're really studying like what people see when you are doing it, when you actually do it, that subconscious feeling of, confidence or manifesting whatever you got from the mirror effect, you're transferring it over and flowing that energy over to when you're actually doing it, because when people see you, you see what they see. So you can transfer over those flows and those confidence vibes or those manifesting vibes that you saw in the mirror over to like actual reality. You really get the perspective view of the viewer. You can easily see and obtain those goals and not second guess yourself when you're actually doing it. Like a speech, or negotiating for your car, or just a pep talk to yourself, and like working out, little things like that. Just using a mirror and seeing what you're actually doing helps it just manifest more, because you've seen it before. So all those doubts and minds, when you're actually doing it, you don't really have those. You see what you saw in the mirror when you're doing it. If that makes any sense at all, you're bringing over whatever you got from the mirror over and transferring it over to the reality without doubts and fears. You're just kind of doing it again. You know, you get that vision, the sounds, the sights, everything like that, and just shifting it over. So it's kind of like remembering almost, if you think about it, because you've done it before, so you're just like doing it again. But while you're doing it, you can see and hear the things that you're doing at the moment, and tapping into when you did it in front of the mirror. When you do the mirror, make sure that you're, you know, saying positive affirmations, standing up straight, holding yourself with confidence, and really just dive into what you're seeing. So the third one I actually found from my book that I read, which I don't even know where it is. It's The Infinite Possibilities, The Art of Living Your Dreams. I'm actually going to be sharing with you guys 2 things that I found out of this book. If you guys want to get it, I'll link it down below. First technique that I found was the Abraham-Hicks Emotional Guidance Scale. So Mike Dooley, the person who actually wrote the book, did not invent this, obviously. It's Abraham-Hicks. I'm sure you guys are familiar with them. It helps you shift your negative thoughts and negative feelings over into feeling better. And when people say, you know, just get over it if you're in a bad mood, or, you know, say 3 things that you're grateful for, and you're just like mad at the world, and you're like I can't just do that. Like, you can't just shift your mind over. This helps you step by step grow and feel better, but not in an unrealistic way. So I will pop it on the screen right now. It's basically a pyramid of your emotions, and you kind of see where you're feeling in the moment, and you pick where you're feeling at the moment, and you go up 1 level, and you try to think of feelings and thoughts that correlate to that word. Then you go up another level, then you go up another level until you get to at least contentment, and then if you can, try to make it all the way top to joy. It increases your vibrational energy, helps you feel better, does it in a way that is realistic. It's not like, you know, hocus pocus or whatever for people who like are really in a mood and they just like can't seem to get out of it, but they don't have the motivation to do it. When you kind of take those baby steps up to joy, you can really just shift your whole vibrational energy and remove those limiting blocks of thinking that you're just stuck in an emotional state, and you can't seem to get out of it. So that's definitely a way to kind of shift your vibrational energy. I love coffee. So the 4th one is called Dream Dialoguing. I found this actually on my research online, but I realized that in Infinite Possibilities, he actually kind of explains the concept without saying what it is, like he does it. So dream dialoguing is when you get with a person or with yourself and you basically have a conversation as if something's already happened. You play make-believe, and it really taps into your emotions. It helps get people involved, and it helps you come up with things that would happen if you've already attained those goals, like problems that you would have, or, you know, things that you have to do, and playing the part and acting as if in the moment right now aligns yourself with that manifestation that you want. I actually like tried to find where he was explaining this, and I thank God found it, because I didn't really realize what it was when he was talking about it. So he calls it, like in the book, make believe, but he's basically like saying it requires at least 2 people, but you can actually have a conversation with yourself and do it. It just would be better if you had more people to do it. And people who are close to you, who don't make you feel like you're not being yourself around them, and that you can feel comfortable without judgment around. And he said he used to do it with his mom and his brother, and they'd meet every week for breakfast, get like all psyched up about the company and their dreams. They go to their breakfast meeting, and they talk about meeting distributors in Japan and Switzerland and South America, and he would like go into detail and get like all excited and talk about like contracts and trips on his private jets. They should meet over tea in London and talk about it, blah blah blah. He was saying as if it were real. They'd ask serious questions as any business partner would, and then he'd turn the tables and ask his mom about what was new in Hollywood, where she had countless offers to turn her books into movies. She'd launched meetings that she had with Steven Spielberg, you know, gala events that she attended, and then his brother would talk about, you know, his private jet, and when I get done in Thailand, and he would say, Andy, when you wrap up your deal in Paris, and Mom, when you're done with the shoot, let's meet up in Hong Kong, we can hang out, blah blah blah. I guess like after this, his mom had 2 Hollywood producers interested in her book and changing it into a movie. So it's like, you know, those kind of almost align them with the life that they want, and they got those things that they talked about. You have to do it with people that don't judge you. If you want, do it with yourself and have a conversation with yourself, or plan out things that you know, have to do when you have this manifestation. When it feels like weird or something, you're not doing it right, you really have to kind of like really dive into it and get into it and just be it and act. It's like playing house when you're little. It aligns you with the life that you want, and it's just fun. If you don't get anything from it, at least just have fun with it. Be that little kid, you know, when you were younger, who didn't like care what other people thought and like just did things for fun and would like act as if clay like house or whatever. It's just fun, honestly. I definitely want to try it with other people, but I kind of have to find the right person to do it with me. So yeah, it's definitely something I thought was interesting, and it kind of correlated with the article that I read where the person that wrote the article was talking about dream dialoguing, which I think would kind of be the same thing that Mike Julie had in the book. Fifth and final advanced law of attraction technique that I have for you guys is write letters to people, particularly yourself. You can write to your past self, like your kid self, or you can write to your future self. I actually had a friend that I worked with recently, and she said that she writes letters to people. Writing letters out and pretending like you're actually talking to them is a very great therapeutic way to find limiting beliefs, block them, work through them, and find the underlying problem of why you're kind of not manifesting. And it helps just flow the emotions and energy out. And it also gets you pumped and motivated, because when you're writing to your past self, your kid self, you want to make them proud, but also at the same time when you write to your future self, you see where you've been. Your future self can write to you right now in the present. Like get creative with it. Talk about, oh, if you even saw the things that we've manifested, what you're going through is like leading you to the right path, you just don't know it yet. Things happen in life all the time, but it's like you don't really quite understand it until you're older and you've already been through it. It's just a really great therapeutic way to, you know, get your emotions out. And when you do it, visualize the emotions flowing out of your mind onto the paper, and when you're ready to let that go, burn the paper, throw the paper away, or keep it and write an envelope and say don't open until blah 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 time, and you can like read it when you're older and see that, you know, the mindset and frame that you were in, and it can help you go through tough times that are, you know, happening in the future. Really great way to let go, get your emotions out. Hard but therapeutic session that you kind of have with yourself, and just something that I really want to start incorporating. Like in my mind, I've like talked to people about things, like if I can't get it off my chest. But actually physically writing it down and like throwing it away or something is a really great way to like tap into your emotions. But then also when you do it for yourself and to yourself, it's a great way to kind of become more self-aware and dig deeper and have a therapy session with yourself. Those are the 5 law of attraction techniques that I kind of found through my research late last night. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, or have any more advanced law of attraction techniques that dive into your subconscious mind, I would love to know. If you guys have any video requests, definitely let me know. I'm kind of struggling a little bit on what to make. Definitely let me know what you guys want to see. So yeah, with that said, I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys all in a future video. Bye guys. Cheers.